Alright, so we will fill up this form IMM 1295B for a postgraduate work permit outside Canada. So the very first question is UCI Unique Client Identifier. So if you are applying for postgraduate work permit, it means you have studied, so means you have applied before. So you have a UCI. So generally it's like 8 or 10 digits. I'm just putting a sample. You want service in English. So now filling up the form. Smith John. Have you ever used any other nickname? Let's say no. Male. Date of birth, let's say 1994. 0101. Place of birth, let's say New Delhi. Country, India. Citizenship, India. Current country or territory, he is now in India, so we will select India. Status, citizen. During past 5 years, have you lived in any country or territory other than your country of citizenship or your current country or territory of residence? Let's say no. Whatever is applicable in your case. Country or territory where applying, same as country or territory of residence, yes. Current marital status, single. Previously married, no. Native language, since he is from India, let's select Hindi for example. Are you able to communicate in English? Let's say English. Have you taken a test? Because he applied for the student visa, so he had taken, and this question does not ask if it is valid or expired, so that's why I selected yes. Passport number. Just sample guys, let's say India. Typical Indian passports valid for 10 years. So this question, do you have nationality document? So this comes in various forms and various applications. So when I had applied for my work permit, I selected yes, and that time I was an Indian citizen. So I entered my PR PAN card number, and it was easily accepted. So in PAN card numbers you don't have any expiry date, but here also you don't have any mandatory fields are issue and expiry, so it had worked easily for me. Okay, are you a green card holder? No. Address, let's say living here, one just sample address, I don't even know if this exists or not. City, town, let's say New Delhi. Country, India. Postal code, sample. District, Delhi. I'm not sure if that is correct or not, but in a sample. Residence address, same as mailing address, yes. Telephone, so he has a Canadian number also because he came back from Canada. Let's say he has a cellular number, just a sample. And because he's in India, so he has an Indian number also, like let's say cellular. Email address is required. Okay, now question. What type of work permit are you applying for? See the option. Exemption from. So before I fill up further, I want to show you the instruction. So this instruction is from IRCSI directly. It says that choose the type of work permit you are applying for. If you choose, if you are applying for a postgraduate work permit outside Canada, choose open work permit and write postgraduate work permit in question 2A and leave the following questions blank 2B to 6. Let's see how it works in the form. So I'm back to the form. I select open work permit 2A, postgraduate work permit I entered, and it says leave up to 6. No need to worry about. Perfect. So now, have you had any postgraduate education including university apprenticeship? Yes, he has. So let's say he studied 2 years in Canada. So he studied from 2019-01 to 2021-01. Field and level of study. So I'm just writing Masters in Technology in IT. Just sample, guys. School, let's say Toronto IT College. Just sample, guys. City, town, let's say Toronto. Country, Canada. Province, Ontario. Okay. Employment. So let's say before going up here, let's say completed his education in 2017, then 2017, like in typical in 22 years, 19, yeah, 2017 is fine. So let's say from 2017 7 till 2018 12, he held a position. Although this is not his current employment, let's say he did not work while he was in Canada and he worked before that. So this is definitely not his current activity and occupation. So such things you can always describe in the letter, like, and then it should be fine, because similar things I did in other applications also and it was accepted. Let's say he worked in New Delhi, country India, and it was like IT consultant company, let's say New Delhi IT, whatever is applicable in case. Now background information is very important. Fill it up as per your case, not exactly what you see in this video. So in the past 2 years, have you had tuberculosis? No. Any do you have any physical mental disorder? No. Have you remained beyond validity of your visa? No. Have you ever denied, refused? No. Have you previously applied to enter remain Canada? Yes, he has applied because he had a student visa. So provide that full details including the application number and everything. There is nothing to hide, because IRCC already has your information. Just based on your details, they can pull out all the information within a second. So don't hide, don't misrepresent yourself. Have you ever committed, been arrested for, been charged with or convicted of any criminal offense in any country? Let's say no. Do you serve military, militia? No. Have you ever been member of associated with any political party, organization which has engaged in advocated violence? Have provided ill treatment of civilians? No. IRCC, okay, date you can pick it up from here. Now for online applications, you don't need to physically sign. You sign the whole application at the end by typing your full name and answering a security question. So what you need to do is, but yeah, validation is important because your form needs to be validated before it will be accepted by the system. Now validation is completed successfully, but still I would always suggest have an extra check, because this validation is only gonna check if you have missed any mandatory field, if the format you entered is correct, but in no way it could determine like you have done it correct or not. For example, see, that is why I always say, and whenever you make any change, anything, go for validation once more. Okay, alright, so let's go back to GCK account.